So let me ask you something. So because there was money issues and you had this competition going on, was because of the way you presented Mad Wednesday, were you able to retrieve more funding from, like some of the people that attended or
No.
people outside?
No?
I can say that honestly.
No.
People don't even know the real story about how I kept Mad Wednesday going.
Well, tell us about it.
Yeah. You need to know. In the barbershop.
I used to take money from lawyers.
Oh, yeah, we gotta cut that out. We gotta cut it out.
Well, not edited.
Not illegal stuff.
Yeah.
Not illegal. We
Don't
can't-
pass the statute of limitations.
Yeah, it's not alleged. Yo, just blank out the audio when she say that. Make it mysterious. They'd be like, ooh, what did she say? Blur her lips so they can't read it.
But that's how I felt about Mad Wednesdays. That's how I wanted it to succeed so much that I would do whatever I needed to do to make Mad Wednesdays happen.
Right.
And I suffered a lot. My children suffered a lot. So, you know. But Mad Wednesdays is still here. And, at a point that I thought I was going to die because, once I contracted HIV and then 3 years later I was told I had AIDS. And then I was 95 pounds. I had to stop Mad Wednesdays. I couldn't do it anymore because I was too sick.
Right.
So I thought Mad Wednesdays was over. I modeled. I thought my modeling career was over. I just thought everything was over. But then there was a little light.
So you need just a little bit.
It
Just
seems like a lot of light.
Okay, yeah.
Seems like a lot of light.
A lot of
You're
from
here
that
like
time, yeah.
many moons later. You're in here getting it popping still. Like, was it worth it? Has it been worth it as a
Absolutely, absolutely. Because I get to hear stories from young people that used to attend Mad Wednesdays, and they're doctors and they're teachers now, and they're doing other things. And some of them bring me to their schools to speak. Some of them have their children now performing on my showcase. So it was absolutely worth it. Absolutely worth it.
That's dope.
Absolutely. And the connection between my children and Mad Wednesdays, I wish I could have did a little better, much better. And I ask my children for their forgiveness all the time. My son Scott.
He's like, stop it, Mom. I got to hang out with. I was lit. I was lit. Yo, you know who I was with last night? Yeah, Jay-Z. Yeah, you know my mom's.
But you have to be transparent, though. You can't tell a story and then give a little piece of the story. You got to give the whole story because that's real. Right. That's being real.
Including when it went bad.
Including when it went bad.
What are some of the stories that came out of Mad Wednesday?
Kwame, that was one of them.
What happened?
Biggie came to beat Kwame up at Sweetwater.
Did that really happen?
Oh yeah, it really happened.
Well, he pulled up to do it. Did he? He didn't.
Oh, he came. He saw my flyer, and he found that he was going to be there over that polka dot. Whatever.
Your life is played out like Kwame.
Polka dots. Who rides this fire?
Biggie.
So he came there looking for him with another big guy, and so
D-Rock, she good.
Kwame tells a whole nother story, but it's not the right story. And I went down. Kwame had performed. I went downstairs because Sweetwater's they had rooms downstairs, little makeup rooms that people can go and sit. And I said to him, I said, Biggie's here. And I think you want to be a hero or you want to be...
You want to get out the back door?
Right. And that's what I did. I took him out. Sweetwater's had a back door that was a kitchen that went out to the parking lot where these buildings were.
Right.
They're not projects, they're nice buildings. Right. And so that's where I let him out in the back. But he told a story on, from the Roots. He told a story that I got in the middle and I looked at him and I looked at Biggie and I was like, Biggie, what you gonna do? Y'all hash this out. No, Biggie was there to pulverize. Absolutely.
The Brooklyn way.
Yep. And so that's the true story.
Right.
Your ship is stupid.
Brooklyn way.
You can't get no points for beating up Kwame.
Yeah.
This is the second Kwame story.
Kwame made a diss record after that, right?
It was after he got dissed first. Like, that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
You diss me, I diss you. That's how it goes. Like,
And he was mad.
I ain't gonna lie, Polka Dots was over by that time, bro.
yeah, but why you taking shots? If I'm Kwame and I'm minding my business, like I'm minding my business,
MC
making
bravado.
records, producing stuff, and you take a shot at me out of no, your life's played out like Kwame. My life is played out.
It's something.
All I did
Listen,
was
No, your life
dots.
is played out like Kwame.
Like, come on,
And them
stop.
but yo, but what's funny is that this is the
Shout
second.
out to Kwame.
This
Wait,
is
who
the
had the
second.
shout out
polka
to
dot?
Kwame.
Somebody have a
This is
polka dot
second.
dress on or something? Somebody had something polka
Somebody's
dot.
trying to bring it back?
No,
A clown.
back then.
Yeah, that's
This is the second Kwame story. The other one was with Kid and Play.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
He was with Idol Makers. That whole squad.
yeah,
Kid and
sure
Play.
was.
Something about
Salt and
Kwame.
Pepper.
Kwame, report to the front desk.
That's the homie.
Is that homie?
the homie.
That's why you going.
Yeah, Mac was talking to him at the joint.
Yeah, it's the homie.
He was in L.A.
And then the other big story was with Keith Murray.
Most beautifulest thing
Now-
in this world.
I might ask you to chime in, just to give us a little backstory on this. Let's
Nah, we're gonna keep it accurate. We're gonna keep it
We're gonna
accurate.
keep it accurate.
All right.
He told it mainly.
Oh, here.
correctly.
Come over here, because you want to hear you on the mic.
I'ma help
Get
you
closer
out.
to him.
Yeah.
He told it mostly correctly. He told the accuracy right, Mom. The car accident happened with him and Biggs, but you didn't know that
Right.
night when it happened.
Mhm.
And Jay performed, Keith performed, Biggs was instigating. Nobody really knew that's what was happening. Eric Skinner was his vice president or his A&R at the time. They started fighting.
Who?
Eric Skinner, Biggs, Keith Murray, the Rockefeller crew, they all thumping. Maria's not having it. She jumps off the stage, clocks Keith.
Well, Keith got hit in the head with a Moet
Oh,
bottle.
no. They ain't got hit in the
God.
head with the bottle. Keith said he did it. He didn't do it. I think Eric did it.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
But somehow they ain't got the if you see the gash in Dame's head to this day, that's from that
Wow.
event that night.
Wow.
And then Keith went outside, jumping on people's car, top of their car, and I had my heels on because it was my 35th birthday.
Right.
So Soul For Real was there, Mary J. Blige. The room was packed.
Wow.
Everybody was there.
Legendary.
And he was running up and down on the car, people car. A girl did sue him, and I was running down the street, and all my Blue and all my uptown friends was like, Maria. They was like, nah, she got it. And I ran up, in my heels, I was running up and down telling him, get your ass off the damn car. And and I banded him from Mad Wednesdays for almost a year.
What was the fight over? Does anybody know?
Him and Biggs had a car accident. And it was random. They had a random car accident in the city somewhere. And apparently Keith just left.
Oh,
And was like, yeah, whatever. So then the next time he got to see him, Biggs was like, it's like me and you pulling up like this.
Yeah.
Oh, ice out.
So that was a terrible scene. That was my, I'll never forget, it was my 35th birthday.
exactly the kind of energy you trying to keep
Yeah.
out of
Yes.
the spot.
Exactly.
And so when he kept trying to sneak, because I left Sweetwater's, then I went to this other club that was on 72nd Street. I can't remember. My good friend Ron Grant was there. And I didn't last there. And then that's when I went to Country Club. Everybody wanted to get in Country Club on 86th Street. Country Club took the whole block. It was between 2nd and 3rd Avenue. And a lot of parties was going down there. And he would try to sneak in. I would catch him every time. And kick him out.
Yeah.
And after a year, he came and apologized, and then I started letting him come back to Mad Wednesday again.
Okay.
And then Mitch Green, that's another
Now, I was
story.
gonna say you got clearance for that story too. Mitch Green, fake extortions.
Mitch Green.
Wait, what happened, Maria?
Wait, hold on.
Tyson Ford.
Nah, this is different.
Yeah, they came.
Am I talking about a different Mitch Green?
No, same.
No, the Mitch Green, Mike
same-
Tyson
Okay,
beat up.
yeah.
So Mitch Green,
Right.
I love Mitch
I
Green
know his
too.
daughter. Shout out. Yeah.
So I don't know what was going on in the streets, but his man touched, I don't know if it was Jay-Z or Dame Dash's sister, and they knocked him out. They knocked his people out. Now, once they knocked him out, I took him upstairs. I got him some coffee, made sure he was okay, got him in the cab.
What are you laughing at, bro?
That's some Brooklyn shit. son.
Now, I did that, so I know it was nothing. So the next time they come around, they try to tell me Mitch Green was looking for me. So he was looking for me all over the place, all up in Harlem. And so finally he comes to Esso, and they got like 4 or 5 cars. They supposedly had whatever in it. And the partner I was with at the time, Mitch Green, was like, they was like, Mitch Green is outside and he want to see you. And he had tried to extort the man from Esso, which is my longtime friend. He tried to extort the man from Esso, and it was Italian. And you were not extorting Italians.
Right.
And so I guess they thought that they were going to extort me. And so they came outside. It was a carload full of them, 4 or 5 cars, however it was. They were in the parking lot because Esso was across the street from this big, huge parking lot.
Right.
So my partner didn't want to come outside. And I said, well, I have to go outside because I have all of these people inside. And I'm not going to jeopardize their lives. So I went outside with Bam. Bam was the security guard, everybody's security guard.
Yeah.
And me and Bam together went outside.
Right.
And I was surrounded by...
Is this the same Bam that used to run Club Play in Miami? No.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, Bam's like an old timer. He did security for everybody.
Okay.
And so me and Bam went outside and Mitch came to me and he said, you know they robbed my man. I was like, what? They robbed him. I said, they did not rob your man. Your man got knocked out because he was disrespectful and he touched somebody's sister butt. And I said, if somebody touched your sister butt, what would you do? And he said, knock him out. I said, have a nice day. And I walked back inside with me and Bam. So whatever they thought they was going to do, they wasn't doing that. And they wasn't extorting me.
Right.
Because my kids was already extorting me. I had to take care of them. So I ain't had no room. So the blessing about Mad Wednesdays, when other shows was getting robbed, I never got robbed. 30 years. Nobody
30 years.
ever came to my door because I didn't care if they didn't have money or not. Anybody can give me a story. If they were hungry, I would feed them. So I was protected by the community. So that was a beautiful thing. And nobody's gonna let nothing happen to me. Same thing as Shrine.
Right.
I got the whole African community over there. People don't know that if they do anything, they would have some forces to be reckoned with. But you don't have to say that. You know, the people, I knew who had my back, but I didn't have to tell them who had my back.
Right,
and that's why I walked around fearless, and when people acted up, I would knock them out. Yeah, I would. People be like, where's Maria? Oh, she's in the fight.
It's Hoffa, trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars, I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work you heard. Making fiends leave earth you heard. Got your baby mama thirst you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf you heard.